Welcome to Shanzi Business World News for senior executives and B-schools.
It is so tricky for middle-income countries to advance to the high-income level.
Andrea, let me start by giving an example. If you were to look at the median incomes of a middle-income country and compare it with the United States, that median income has never been more than a tenth of the United States incomes for the last 50 years. Regardless of how the world has changed, that number has been constant. And what we have found is that while in the halls of government, in India, in China, in Brazil, in South Africa, there's a lot of optimism that countries will move from middle income to high income. In the real world, that's not happened. What we see is that as economies grow larger, they also change the economic structures. So now the policies that are needed to guide economies through the new structures need to be different. And yet countries find it very difficult to have policies and institutions that are compatible with these new economic structures. So they get stuck in doing the same thing again and again. And that's what we call the middle income trap.
And speaking of growth, the report highlights 3 growth strategies to help middle income countries escape this trap. Can you talk a little more about them?
Absolutely. So let's imagine that you're driving a car in stick shift. You're in first gear, you're kind of revving it up, speed increases, but not much faster. The same thing with economies. They start off their journeys to growth accelerating investment. They invest in private capital, they invest in education, in infrastructure, but soon they can only do so much of it. They need something different. And that
Thanks for watching Shanzi Business World News for the latest updates on business.